Michael Jordan and Special Forces. Operators lived in different battlefields, but followed the same psychological code. Relentless standards. Ruthless self-discipline. Competitive obsession. The ability to stay calm under pressure while everyone else breaks emotionally. This video explores the deep connection between Michael Jordan's mentality and the mindset developed inside elite military units. Not just motivation, but identity, sacrifice, pressure tolerance, and the obsession with mastery. Because elite performance is not built on emotion. It's built on repetition, control, and the refusal to lower your standards when life gets difficult. If you want to understand what separates ordinary people from elite performers, this video will change the way you think about discipline forever. Let me ask you something that might change how you see greatness. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, not benched, not overlooked. Cut. The coach told him he wasn't good enough. Most kids would have quit. Blamed the coach. Made excuses. Found something easier. Jordan went home. Shut the garage door and trained alone. That's not talent. That's not genetics. That's something else. Here's what Special Forces operators know that you done, single quotes, T. that made Jordan. The greatest is the same thing that makes an operator survive combat. Not physical gifts, not intelligence, not luck. The ability to maintain the standard when you're emotionally exhausted, mentally destroyed, and no one is watching. Jordan didn't become Jordan in the finals. He became Jordan in the garage, alone, while everyone else leapt. Special Forces operators don't become operators in combat. They become operators in training, in isolation, in the dark. Today I'm going to show you what Michael Jordan and Special Forces have in common. And how you can apply the same principles to your daily life. Let's go. In Special Forces, across every elite unit on the planet, there's a principle that never changes. The standard is the standard. Your feelings don't matter. Your fatigue doesn't matter. Your excuses don't matter. The mission requires a certain level of performance. That level does not change because you're tired. It does not change because you don't feel like it. It does not change because no one is watching. Here's what the military knows that most people never learn. Your daily behavior when no one is watching determines your performance when everything is on the line. The operator who cuts corners in training, cuts corners in combat. The operator who lowers the standard when he's tired, fails when he's exhausted. The operator who needs an audience to perform crumbles when no one is there. Daily behavior. That's the difference. The civilian thinks it's just training. It's just practice. No one will know if I take it easy today. The operator thinks every rep counts, every day counts. The standard never changes because the operator knows that. The person you are in private is the only person you really are. The mask you wear in public is not you. The person you are when no one is watching, that's you. And that person better be an operator, because when the mission comes, the mask comes off and only the real you remains. Asterisk. Now let's talk about Michael Jordan. Most people know the highlights, the championships, the game winners, the legacy. But here's what most people don't know. Jordan's secret was not what he did in the finals. It was what he did in the garage. When he was cut from his high school team, he didn't post about it. He didn't complain, he didn't blame. He went home, shut the garage door, and trained alone. No coach, no teammates, no audience, no one to impress. Just him, the ball, the hoop, and the standard. He didn't lower the standard because no one was watching. He raised it. Here's what Jordan understood that most people never will. The player you are in practice is the player you are in the game. If you cut corners in practice, you will cut corners in the game. If you take plays off in practice, you will take plays off in the game. If you need an audience to give effort, you will fail when no one is watching. Daily behavior. That's the difference. Jordan's teammate once said, Michael practices harder than anyone plays every single day. Not because someone is watching, because that's who he is. That's not motivation. That's identity. He didn't practice hard to become someone. He practiced hard because he already was someone. someone who doesn't lower the standard. Ever. Asterisk. Now let me show you the connection. Special. Forces operators train with the same intensity whether someone is watching or not. The standard does not change based on the audience. Michael Jordan practiced with the same intensity whether the gym was full or empty. The standard does not change based on who's watching. Here's what they have in common. They both understood that the person you are in private is the only person you are. The mask you wear in public is temporary. The person you are when no one is watching, that's your identity dot, and that identity is built in the small moments. The early morning when you could sleep in, the workout when you could skip it, the task when you could cut the corner, the conversation when you could lie, the standard when you could lower it. Those are the moments that build the operator, or the imposter. Here's the military secret that will change your life. You are not what you do when people are watching. You are what you do when no one would ever know. That's integrity, that's character. That's the standard. Jordan had it. Special forces operators have it. Do you? Asterisk, here's the uncomfortable truth. The person you are in private is not the person you claim to be. When no one is watching, you take shortcuts. When no one would know, you lower the standard. When no one is there to hold you accountable, you quit. And then you wonder why you're not achieving your goals. Here's what most men don't understand. Your public performance is a reflection of your private behavior. If you cut corners in private, you will cut corners in public. If you make excuses in private, you will make excuses in public. If you quit when no one is watching, you will quit when everyone is watching. Because the person you are in private is the only person you are. The mask you wear in public is just a mask. The real you, the one that exists when no one is looking, that's you. And right now, that real you is not an operator. That real you sleeps in when the alarm goes off. That real you skips workouts when it's inconvenient. That real you does the bare minimum when no one is checking. That real you lowers the standard when no one would know. That's not weakness. That's a lack of training. But it needs to change. Here's how you develop the same daily standard that Michael Jordan and Special Forces operators share. 1. Define your non-negotiable standards. Write down 3 standards that never change. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. No exceptions. I train for 45 minutes every day. No exceptions. I complete my priority task before checking my phone. No exceptions. These are not goals. These are standards. They do not change based on how you feel. 2. Eliminate the audience variable. Train when no one is watching. Work when no one is checking. Execute when no one would know. If you only perform for an audience, you are not an operator. You are a performer. 3. Audit your private behavior. For 1 week, track what you do when no one is watching. Do you wake up when you said you would? Do you train when you said you would? Do you work when you said you would? No one is checking? That's the point. Be honest. 4. Close the gap between public and private. The goal is not to perform in public. The goal is to be the same person in private. When your private self matches your public self, you have integrity. And integrity is the foundation of the operator mindset. 5. Practice the 5-second rule. When the alarm goes off, you have 5 seconds to get up before your brain negotiates with you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. No thinking. No feeling. No negotiation. 6. Build identity-based standards. Don't say, I need to train. Say, I am someone who trains every day. Don't say, I should wake up early. Say, I am someone who owns the morning. Identity drives behavior more than willpower. Asterisk, you now understand what Michael Jordan and Special Forces have in common. Not talent. Not genetics. Not luck. The ability to maintain the standard in private and in public when no one is watching and when everyone is watching. Jordan built that standard in the garage, alone. Operators build that standard in training. When no one is clapping, the standard does not change based on the audience. From now on, you will be the same person in private that you claim to be in public. You will wake up when you said you would, even when no one would know. You will train when you said you would, even when no one is checking. You will maintain the standard, even when lowering it would be easier. Not because someone is watching. Because you are watching, And the person you see in the mirror deserves a standard that never changes. Eyes on target. Discipline forever.